Okay, starting again. Okay. Okay, thank you, Paula. Thank you, Christine. Krista, I mean. Okay, good. Where are we? Just on 9 o'clock. Okay, I'll wait for a minute to everyone else to come. Well, I didn't advertise it very much because it's my first Facebook Live, you see, and I wasn't sure it would work. So I just thought I'd do this little one today, just quietly, and then if it works, I'll come back the next few weeks and do some more. Okay. Hi, Kanisha. Everyone's here. That's great. Right. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Can everyone hear me okay? I presume you can. Okay. So, as most of you know, I'm Elisabeth Jensen. Oh, thank you, Krista. She's proud of me. I've done a lot since all these great dramas in the world, and I've started up my YouTube channel and doing little videos there, and now Facebook Live. So everything always has its benefits, you see. It always has its benefits. So and thank you for all the little loves and stars. That's great. Okay, and of course today is Vesak. This is the time with the full moon and the super moon. But I went outside a little while ago and it's all rainy and cloudy in Adelaide. But last night was very beautiful, and the energy is still very powerful. So yeah, it's always a wonderful time. Sometimes when I've been in Singapore, I've gone to Buddhist temples at Vesak. It's been amazing, very beautiful. So I'm being connected with Kwan Yin for many years now, since I've been going to Singapore, and always go to the Kwan Yin temples when I'm in Singapore. And where I used to work, where the Blue Lotus was before, was just down the road from a Kwan Yin temple, which was amazing to be able to just go down there whenever I wanted to the Kwan Yin temple. And of course, the main large Kwan Yin temple in Waterloo Street is very beautiful too, and a place of very many miracles. So yeah, Kwan Yin is such a beautiful goddess of compassion, of healing and miracles, and it's so different to Australia where I live. I remember going there one day, perhaps it was last visit, and Sri took me and her partner Paul Filmer, and we all went to the Kwan Yin temple in Waterloo Street on a Saturday afternoon. And I said, in Australia what people do is they go to the pub and they drink, or they go to the cricket or the football on a Saturday afternoon. But people go to the Kwan Yin temple in Singapore, and I think it's very beautiful. Okay, of course it is actually Buddhist Day, but I see Kwan Yin as part of the Buddha. She's the female Buddha, and so she's the one that wanted to come and be here. She's been complaining a bit lately. I've missed her out. And, I do these things with Wasit and Lakshmi and Sarasvati and poor Kwan Yin. And every time I go to her temple now, she looks at me and she says, "Where are my cards? Where are my cards?" So, yes, it's going to be difficult to avoid that in the future too. Anyway, let me see now. I just want to do a little channeled message and a little healing, because I see the world is very much in need of healing. I've been doing a few healings and distance healing. I did one a few weeks ago, a big one Saturday night. I started off just as a healing for people, and then I went into world healing, and especially I cleared all of Australia, and especially Adelaide and South Australia. I must say, since then we've had a dramatic drop in people with the virus in Adelaide. It went 14 days straight just recently without any new cases. So I do think world healing is important, and sometimes people forget. They do all these things like the washing of the hands and the stressing and And really, I do believe that you have to do it in combination with prayer and clearing. And that's something also that's very important, is clearing. People don't realise that. So when I look up and when I looked up the other, about 3 weeks ago on a Saturday, and I looked up, and my sense is that, you can talk to the little COVID-19, the little viruses. They do have a consciousness and awareness. It's not the same as ours, but they do have a conscious and awareness. So it's always nice to be polite to them and helpful to them, just to say that you're not needing them around anymore, thanks, but you can't communicate and tell them. But I also saw like all these dark clouds above them, and that's the dark forces. And the dark forces were sending these viruses anywhere where there was a lot of fear, a lot of pain, and people were very stressed, and they were seeming to direct all the viruses their way. And so, yeah, it was quite scary to watch, really. So I worked on many levels to clear, and especially clear all the dark forces. But I was really quite sick after that for a few days, so I haven't done another one because it really did affect me. But hopefully a few more people will be doing this and help with this process. It's really, really important. And Kwan Yin always likes to come in and help with these things. I first started off on a path to be a Tibetan Buddhist when I started on my spiritual path. I was committed to being a spiritual Tibetan Buddhist person, but I never quite got there. So I realised Egypt was more my thing, and actually I like to be with all the deities and all the goddesses, and they're all connected, and I think that's the way it should be, rather than just seeing it separate little religions. There's no religion, it's just all the gods and goddesses working together with us. But we have to ask them first. We have to ask them. They can't just do things. They aren't here just to fix everything up unless we've learned our lessons and we know how to connect with them. So I will first do a little channeling from Kwan Yin, and then we'll do a meditation, and then see what happens. So I hope you're somewhere comfortable. Just have a sip of water. And I always say to myself, Kwan Yin Pusa, Kwan Yin Pusa, Kwan Yin Pusa. Om Mani Pudni Hum. Om Madi Pudi Hum. And it's just a little mantra. Okay, please come to me, Kwan Yin. Dear ones of light, we welcome you here today. We are so pleased to be invited to meet you all. Indeed, we have met you all before, otherwise you would not be here. We gave you the call to come today, and we are pleased that you all arrived in good timing. For yes, we are here to do world healing, and to do well more than world healing. You see, your world is affecting all the worlds and all the planets you see, and they are all looking in despair at Earth and you and what you have done. And anyway, it has much improved the last few weeks, the last few months here on Earth. Well, the atmosphere and Mother Earth is happy, but many people are not happy. We will not judge that too much, and we will not give any way of... There are many ways of looking at all these things. There are many ways of looking at them. But we look at it from a view that Elisabeth has talked about, of the viruses needing to go back to source, to be sent back to source for healing. And they can be repurposed there. And it is not that we're killing them, we're repurposing them when they go back to source, you see. And then clearing all the darkness. And then everything can shine again in the world. And sometimes we do have to go through difficult lessons, and we have been through difficult lessons. But See, so many people have achieved so much. Indeed, there is still so much sadness at this, of all that has happened, and so it should be. But out of pain and suffering always comes many beautiful things, many beautiful things. So now, for you, please see the goddess Kwan Yin in whatever way you want to see her, standing behind you. And then she places a beautiful pink lotus flower underneath you. The beautiful pink lotus flower is underneath you. And then the petals of the pink lotus come up around you. And you're hovering in this beautiful, beautiful pink lotus. Good. And you feel the light of the moon coming down upon you. The supermoon, so close to earth. You're aware of Buddha. He's beaming his light to you. And Kwan Yin puts out her arms. And she wraps her arms around you. And she wraps beautiful white light around you. And then beautiful pink light around you. And now she connects you to source. She connects you to source energy. Way, way up. Universal healing energy. And that healing energy comes down, 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 down to your crown, into your head and into your heart, and through your body. Allow some time for this energy to come into you. You may place your hands on your thighs now, palms down, and feel the healing energies in your hands. So yes, we like to heal you while you do this work. So just feel that energy coming through your hands. And now Kwan Yin comes with a beautiful violet flame. And the violet flame is a transmuting force, a beautiful transmuting force. Okay, and you feel this violet flame now coming up through you, through your feet, all around you. It burns through you. But it's a cold flame. It's a cold flame. It's a cold, and it burns all around you. And it's transmuting all that is negative in your aura, your energy field, to healing light, to positive energy. Good, good. And now, be aware around you, of looking around you psychically. And see if you are attracting any viruses, the coronavirus, the flu virus, anything like that. Are there any little energies that you don't need or want in your life? And I think we can all see some, probably a little bit of distance now, wasn't so close as before. And whatever you see that you personally don't need, and you feel anyone else doesn't need on this planet, we've all had enough lessons, thank you. We're speaking to every virus, especially the COVID-19 virus, and saying thank you for coming, for helping us learn our lessons, for giving us time to rest. But we are fine now, and we would like you to leave us now. We're very grateful for your time with us, the experiences, the lessons. But there are many people in great pain and suffering because of your presence. And so we would like you to leave us and Australia and anywhere you are, Singapore, Sri Lanka, now, please. Now see in front of you, Kwan Yin moves, and in front of you she creates a giant beam of light. It's a giant beam of light. And it's in front of you, this huge beam of light. It's a portal of light. It's a portal of light. And in your mind, see and gather up, psychically gather up and place within this portal of light every virus, known and unknown, that you don't need, that other people don't need. And we thank them for coming, and we're returning you to source energy now. Where you came from, returning you to source. Seeing them go up, 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 up that tunnel of light. Way, way, way up into the distance, to infinity, to source energy. Good. And now as you look up, you're still aware, way above you, there are some dark energies, some dark clouds as such. And you're aware the viruses near you have gone, but there are still a lot of dark clouds, and imagine looking around psychically and you can see them in the distance. So we're going to call on Kwan Yin, and we're going to call on some angels as well. Archangel Michael. And we're also going to call some of the goddesses from Egypt. We're calling on Sekhmet, Soket, we're calling on Kali Ma. And we ask all those dark forces to leave now, to return to source. Thank you for your visit. We need you to go now. And we do a karmic release that we and the earth we are living on and around does not need any more dark forces, any viruses, any curses, spells, charts, negative energies, thoughts and beliefs affecting us, affecting anyone in this vicinity is cleared immediately, please. With Goddess Osset, Maat and Tehuti. There is no need, no karma is needed. No karma is needed. No illness is needed. No more pain and suffering is needed. And then, as if by magic, they sail away like little balloons of darkness. And they go towards a very, very bright light, and all the little attached viruses are there. And they go towards this very, very bright light, very bright light, very bright light. And they are being returned to source. And I'll leave you for a few minutes to do this, and then to psychically look around and see if there's something else near you, around you, any dark energies, any viruses that need to be returned to source with gratitude. And then you're aware of flashes of violet light in the sky above you. Flashes of violet light. And of course the violet light, being a transmuting force, is transmuting all that is negative into positive. And the final darkness, the final viruses are going to the point of light, to source energy, where they'll be transmuted. And it is done. We give gratitude for Kwan Yin, to Kwan Yin for this, for all the gods and goddesses. And we thank especially the viruses for the lessons, and the darker forces for doing their part, because there was always darkness and light. And thank you for the experience and the lessons. Thank you. And then going to have a beautiful clearing, cleansing ourselves. So you come back to yourself as such, and you feel in Kwan Yin, now she's putting violet light through you and around you, through you and around you, and through you and around you. Beautiful violet light goes through you and around you, and through you and around you, and through you and around you. And you're aware of your crown chakra opening, of a beautiful pink light coming from your heart. Now Kwan Yin stands behind you. She places 2 hands upon your head, and she is blessing you. She is blessing you with the gift of healing, even further than you have done today. In gratitude, she gives you a gift of healing with her. And she places her hands on your shoulders, and she puts beautiful violet healing energy into you. Beautiful violet healing energy. The violet healing energy of Kwan Yin. And now she walks around and around and around you, round and around and around you. And she says she's working with each level of your aura, your energy field. Cleansing it, clearing it, putting it back into shape as such. And all the while, she's activating further your crown chakra, your connection to source. The healing energy within your hands, and the healing energy from your heart. For always the greatest healing energy comes from your heart, with love. And now come back to yourself and think of your feet. Think of your feet. And as you come back to your feet, imagine you're touching the earth now, putting your feet in the beautiful green grass and earth, connecting with earth, so important at this time. And I'll just give a little count, and when you come back, you'll be wide awake, feeling wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Good. I'm not sure how long it took. It's almost at 9:30. Okay. I hope you're all still there. Did you go okay with it? You can let me know if you can. No one's moving. I hope you're there. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good. All right. So I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. As I said, I was given this a similar sort of meditation, but it was much harder to do when I did it all by myself, and there was so much darkness above us, and it's so much clearer now. So I thought if everyone can do this, it'll clear up things very, very quickly. And it's interesting to realise that everything I have consciousness, and everything, I can't say everything always responds to love, but it's amazing most things do respond to love, and that's the way Kwan Yin likes to work always. So keep doing that each night, but don't overdo it because, sometimes it can be a little bit hard going for you. And always let go of anything. Before you go to sleep, make sure you switch off. You're not doing any healing at night, because you need to just be thinking of positive things at night and letting go of any not so positive energies. So I thought if you enjoyed this, I'll come back next week and do a little channeling from Osette. She would like to have a little visit and channeling. And I'll just go through my cards a little bit for people who don't know the cards. perhaps do some readings as well. And so that'll be next Thursday. And that will be at Thursday. I did have it written down, not to worry. It'll be Thursday next week, and I'll put it on Facebook. And the week after, I'm going to do Lakshmi and Saraswati, okay? Because I think we all need some energy from Saraswati is healing, and from Lakshmi for abundance. So, as I said, next week will be with Osset, and then after that will be Lakshmi and Saraswati, and we'll see how we go from that. So, I've always intended doing Facebook Lives, but until I was sort of forced in a way, that was how it is. I've always been too busy, so I'm getting a lot of things done that I'm usually too busy to do. Okay, so if you've got any questions, you can put them in the little box. I'm just looking at this. People said, thank you, great session, look forward. Thank you, that's good. I'm pleased about that. I'm pleased you liked it. It was fairly short, but I think that's enough always. And next week it might be a little bit longer, but I find when I'm channeling, I can only channel for so much when I'm using a computer or something like that. It just isn't good. I've finally, now that I've got my little latest iPad, that works with my energy. Before I've had crashed computer after computer after computer. But I finally found with my new iPad I can do all these things. So it's very exciting, and I can use Zoom and I don't crash everything. So yeah. So thank you very much for coming, and I enjoyed it very much, and I'm very grateful to you. Thank you, and thank you, Kwan Yin.